The Great AI Correction, From Hype to Worlds and Agents. January 2026 marked a turning point for AI. Not the end of the boom, but the end of blind spending. Wall Street finally demanded results, and the market corrected hard. At the same time, the technology itself didn't slow down. It pivoted, from chatbots to world models and autonomous agents. This report is about that shift and why it matters.
Microsoft's $357 billion reality check. The wake-up call came fast. Microsoft lost $357 billion in market cap in a single day, one of the largest drops in U.S. history. Revenue beat expectations, but costs didn't. Azure growth slowed as compute limits hit, and nearly half of performance obligations were tied to OpenAI commitments. The message from investors was clear. Revenue growth isn't enough anymore. Efficiency is the new metric.
The SaaS Bear Market. Software stocks entered a bear market, not because AI failed, but because the old software model did. Investors are now betting that AI agents will replace large chunks of traditional SaaS. Companies like ServiceNow, SAP, Salesforce, and Adobe all felt the pressure. This isn't a normal correction. It's a repricing based on one belief. If an agent can do the job, the seat license disappears.
From brute force to efficiency. Between 2023 and 2025, the strategy was simple. Bigger models, more parameters, more compute. That era is over. In 2026, smarter architectures replaced brute force. Compact 7 billion parameter models now outperform dense giants. Hybrid designs like Falcon H1R deliver massive gains in speed and accuracy using far less compute. Efficiency didn't just improve, it became the advantage. This is where infrastructure changed. The Agentic Standard, MCP, became the backbone of agent systems. Instead of rebuilding pipelines, agents now connect cleanly to files, Slack, GitHub, databases, and tools through a shared standard. Anthropic donated MCP to the Linux Foundation. Microsoft, OpenAI, and Google adopted it. Why it matters? Agents moved from demos to production.
The browser became the worker. Agents didn't just live in apps anymore. They moved into the browser. Chrome's Gemini sidebar can now complete tasks, booking, editing, summarizing, directly where work happens. Meanwhile, DeepSeek pushed persistent agents that run continuously without human prompts. The browser quietly became the new operating system for knowledge work.
The sovereign chip war. Efficiency also forced a hardware rethink. DeepSeek secured NVIDIA H200s for its next generation, but China accelerated domestic alternatives. At the same time, Microsoft deployed its Maya 200 chips for targeted inference. Compute is no longer just about performance, it's about control, independence, and supply chains. From text to worlds. Generative AI crossed another line. It stopped describing worlds and started creating them. Google's Genie 3 and Luma Ray 3 can generate interactive environments from a single image. Physics is active, lighting is ray-traced, NPCs behave autonomously. This isn't content generation anymore, it's simulation. Zero latency characters. That simulation became real-time. With sub-10 millisecond latency, AI characters can now respond live, on streams, in games, and during broadcasts. Tools like Descartes Lucy and InVideo generate motion on the fly. The line between playing a game and generating one is disappearing.
Search Wars 2. Search changed too. The old model indexed links and returned lists. The new model synthesizes answers. DeepSeek's multimodal search processes text, images, and audio at once, then creates a response. Instead of retrieving information, it produces understanding. That shift threatens the foundation of Blue-link search, the healthcare OS race. Nowhere is specialization clearer than healthcare. Claude Health, ChatGPT Health, and Apple's AI Health Push are racing toward a full healthcare operating system. These systems analyze labs, wearables, journals, and context, while staying privacy first. General chatbots are becoming commodities. Vertical intelligence is where the premium lives. OpenAI's road to IPO. This pressure reshaped OpenAI itself. GPT-4 was retired. Customers were pushed toward more efficient tiers. Bank talks accelerated. The goal? $30 billion in revenue by the end of 2026. The focus shifted from research dominance to market readiness. The rise of agentic startups. New challengers emerged fast. Lovable tripled its valuation in 6 months. LM Arena crossed $1.7 billion. Global labs outside the US began pushing frontier models. Agentic AI became its own market, with projections heading toward $200 billion. Regulatory headwinds. Governments responded. Data sovereignty became a national security issue. DeepSeek faced restrictions based on where user data lived. We're moving toward a splintered AI world, where geography matters as much as performance. The 2026 outlook. The takeaway is simple. Consolidation is here. Small, inefficient models will die. Agents are replacing static software. World models are moving us from text prediction to physics simulation. The correction wasn't the end of the AI boom. It was the signal that AI is growing up.